We are live. Thank you, either Maggie or Jade. I'll find out shortly. And our recording is in progress. So today, oh, good. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Oh, I now know who's behind the picture. Welcome, everyone. Today is March, I got to look, 29, 2871. No, 2022. And my name's Bob. So we're alive with all of us and Bob. And this is our ninth session. How many of you, well, I'll wait to go visual. Again, it takes a little click, click, click. Thank you for doing that. I got a little bit different focus today. And I'm asking for your participation in changing a pattern on our planet. How many like the idea of being involved in shifting potential illusion into the truth? How many like that globally? So it's, it's just going to be ping, or maybe it's going to be maybe we're going to have to lubricate the hinges. Again, that's what is really good. Denise, your mic. I'm going to mute you, dear. Denise, you have to mute yourself. I'm not going to let me do it. There you go. Thank you. So how many are new? Anybody new today? Maybe not. All right. And remember, if you're on here, you're visual. If not, please go to Facebook. The links are in the chat and or YouTube. Make sure you're visual. And because we like to see you. I mean, names are cool. How many get that? How many would be bored if you just stared at names all day? Yeah, there's names. And good. All right. So cool. How many like the hand picture right there? That was good. Anyway, awesome. All right. So what we do here is share techniques, technologies, sacred body language translation, imagination activation, outcome facilitation, bio-optical holography, all these different things that I've been involved in for over 50 years ago. So what I'm going to do with you today is ask you some questions, and then I'm going to read something to you that I wrote that's in our new version of my Word Made Flesh, second edition, brand neutral. And then we're going to talk about what does it take to shift our paradigm besides having two dimes and moving them back and forth. What does it take to shift our paradigm from where we've been believing in stuff that isn't really true into what is? And then what's our role? How many have a role, or hope you do, and claim you do? If you're on the planet, you do. If you're alive, you do. How many like the idea of shifting people's focus from disease to ease? Now, this is the truth in lending. No. Caveat emptor, whatever. In the past, I've been involved in natural health, and I would fake my BACO, and I would go, well, it doesn't really matter, but I had a vested interest in whatever was true for me. How many know I'm talking about? Going, oh, you can do whatever. But inside I was going, that's completely wrong. And this is completely right. That's completely wrong. And I might have shifted that like 80 times. Anyone else? This is the best thing. Oh, no, that's no good anymore. This is really good. And this is really good. And this is really good. And come on, how many have done, how many know I'm talking about? Bentonite clay fast and raw food. I mean, we did raw food back in the 70s, and it was, Professor Arnold Ehret and the mucusless diet healing system. We talked about raw food, and we're in the middle of Michigan, and all the people are eating fruit that's not right. And one woman, this is what got me aware. One woman, bless her heart, young, we're all young, so she was probably in school, taking a class with me, and we're all just doing fruit. A little yin, perhaps. And she would be in a store, a retail store, standing in the corner having a conversation with something for hours. Hello. So her family finally did an intervention, and they took her to the state nut house, and they gave her Thorazine, I think, something like Thorazine and beef, and brought her back into her body. She was so out of her body, and we were too. I mean, I'm talking about, we were just so yin, like, anybody had any energy? It was a wide open door for your energy. How cool is that? Not. So again, all these things will progress to where we are now. First version of my Word Made Flesh goes out. it begins to shift our planet, and then somebody reads a decree that doesn't fit their religion, and a whole group of people, who knows how many thousands in another country, went, it's not good. I'll leave it at that. It's wrong. In other words, to even say, you can't say the words of I am the resurrection and the life. That's the decree. And that's been one of the most powerful decrees for me ever in my world. I mean, when I first read it on the book that it was in, I started reading the decree and I kept reading it. I'm 20 some years old, kept reading it. And literally all my quote unquote lower chakra khan energy was coming up into heart and above without even knowing. Next page, it says, and that decree does that for you. And I'm going, wow, I felt it first. I'm maybe 45 minutes of just every word. I am the resurrection and the life. I am that I am. I am the resurrection and the life. And I'm not making anyone else right or wrong. I'm just saying the standing wave of what we have made up and believed to be alive and to be true may take a certain number of us to make the shift. How many understand what I'm saying? I love the promise to tell the truth to hope. So hold on. I just got a little, see what I'm working with here? Yeah, a little more light, a lot more angels, a lot more light. Vote victory, see perfection. Thank you very much. Legions of angels. Legions of victory angels. Thank you very much. Legions of true angels. All right. So how many get you, we, us, youans and weans and all y'allins make a difference? So what's sitting right here, I vote victory, me, you do yours. I am my own permanent victory in the light. I am who's ever speaking is permanent victory in the light. Thank you for voting my victory, because this is a big deal. When I read this to you, I read it to my team yesterday. And I wrote it at 3 a.m. on my phone. How many of you ever typed a really long document on your phone? I have. It's nice to go back over and edit. So I'm going to read this document to you. And then I'm going to talk about what it might take to put this together. So that's that. So welcome, everyone. Remember, if you're on this session, please be on visual. If you're not able to be on visual, there's a link in there for Facebook and or YouTube. Join us there, because I ask everyone here to be on visual. So, and Cynthia's managing that, I imagine, for me. So some people, whatever, we forgive you ahead of time. How's that? And just seeing your face would be a good thing. All right, here we go. I'm going to go read this. And again, vote my victory. All right, yeah, let's set this up. Okay. Now, again, you don't have to read it, but I'm going to show it to you. Disease means unease. That's the title. And it's from our new version of My Word Made Flesh, 2nd edition, brand neutral, coming soon. So I'm going to go over it 15 times, because it's a big deal. As soon as something is named as a disease, I'm going to go back to that again. As soon as something is named as a disease. Now, how many have grown up believing there's diseases? Raise your hand if you have, and no judgment. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, wait, this is so screwed up. So as soon as something is, again, oh, that's this or that's that or this or that. Wait, is it? All right. So as soon as something is named as a disease instead of a condition, the name disease becomes a falsely empowered entity. It has an energetic all its own. How many have ever gone, oh, I might have booga booga disease? Come on, how many have ever gone, oh, I hope I don't get booga booga disease? Come on, how many have? Or how many have been taught, that might be booga booga disease? Anyone? All right. So humanity, that's all y'all and us and weans and youans, in naming and believing, which means being alive in. So in naming and believing in the disease, once named, we'll have to usually fight. How many know we're fighting cancer? Or we're, come on, do you get that? I'm not, cancel. I cancel forever. I am focusing on shifting with grace and ease. Did you all hear me go, I'm not, cancel clear? I am. All right. So humanity and naming and believing. And then these are subtle. How many of you walked around going, oh, I hope I don't catch this disease. I hope I don't catch that disease. Here disease, there disease, everywhere disease. All right. So in naming and believing, being alive in the disease once named, we will have to fight and conquer the attacking entity of the disease. How many know it takes on, in the past, in error, an entire belief all by itself? Now, I'm asking all of you, if you're taking notes or whatever, and be careful about this. I'm just having you go, oh, I may have given some power and energy to a particular or a particular or a particular or a particular, and then you go, oops. Don't make yourself wrong for making yourself wrong. Love comes in and forgives it all. So what I'm asking us as a humanity to do, and you're my team right now, I suggest we all explore withdrawing the power and stigma of the name disease. Realizing disease is more accurately described as a specific unease. I went in and did research on when did disease start. It was unease. It was unease. And how many know dis means un? So again, and I'm saying this for a reason, because this was written with great importance to me. I suggest we all explore withdrawing the power and the stigma from any illusion, and in this situation, from the name disease, realizing disease is more accurately described as a specific unease. It so changes everything for me. And proceed to focus on healing the unease into ease with ease. How many have your body going ease? And ultimately, those in the spiritual realm, not religion, yes, it could be in religion, but I'm talking spiritual. How many get that grace and ease are the same thing? You can't have ease. I cannot have ease ultimately without grace, whether I understand it in the religious context or not. And I'd rather understand it in the experiential context for me. All the same, and this is what I love about this now. This is really true. So I'm not covertly going, this is wrong. All the other procedures are wrong, and the remedies are wrong, and therapy is wrong. No, I have now been on the planet long enough to see that my creator works through anything according to belief, according to faith. So all the same procedures, remedies, therapies, and approaches that are effective can be used to bring ease to the patient. And then the word patience is fascinating to me. How many like being patient and having patience, otherwise becoming a patient of some doctor? And the focus moves from beating the false, non-real entity disease. How many know we're going to beat cancer? We're going to beat this. We're going to beat that. No. Let's replace it. Let's touch it with love and bring ease and replace it into bringing real ease to ourselves, the client, who is requiring ease in whatever bodily function, emotion, anatomy, location, neurological, metabolic activity the unease is located in or affecting. Now, again, I wrote a first version of our book on it, and I realized that, some of the words that people hear brought them unease. Okay, I kind of knew that. I mean, I've been around 50 years. I know that, when I finally started sharing with everybody that I love scripture, they absolutely love it. Many people ran. Oh, he's religious. Okay, it's quantum physics. So quantum physics came out, and that let me go. I mean, for me, just me, not whatever you, just me. I love Jesus Christ. I love him. He came and sat with me when I was 7 years old in my room. Never said a word and still talking to me. But I'm not here saying you got it. No, I'm not doing any of that. I'm just saying that's my particular thing. And, I'm an open architecture or whatever. So do you get, all right, whatever works for someone. I mean that. Native American, that used to be a lot of my path. Tibetans are some of the coolest people on the planet. Some of the coolest people ever. I've been with many in their ceremonies and meditations and chanting and okay. So I'm getting back to this thing that the shift that we're in requires ease and it requires grace, and grace is right here. Anyone? How many know it's like sunlight? You just got to get in it. And everybody gets in it. Everyone on the planet can get into ease right now. So next one, when we become aware of the possibility and responsibility of our thoughts, words, feelings, attitudes, actions, nutrients, and toxins and lifestyles have everything to do with influencing at a causative level our health and wealth, because they're the same thing. They're just energy. And withdraw the power of some outside force, disease, that attack or can attack us. Now, right now, can you get, oh, this is making sense? How many are, with all you're getting at understanding that scripture, how many are going, oh, how many, again, in a minute, we'll have dialogue. I mean, where you can talk and I will listen. How's that? That's what dialogue means. Either that or dead trees, dialogue. I prefer interaction. So do you get, oh, right, this is a paradigm shift. This is a seeing things in a brand new way. How many, once you see it in a new way, you can't go back? Come on, how many know that? Come on. How many have ever seen, somebody tells a joke and it's a really crazy picture, and how many people have heard, I can't unsee that. I just can't unsee that. That's too whatever. All right. So when we become aware of the possibility and responsibility, our thoughts, all of them, our words, feelings, attitudes, actions, nutrients. How many know the nutrients we're putting in the ground? Most plants are grown globally with nitrogen, potash, and a few other chemicals and whatever. And so they look great. They rot quickly because there's no minerals, etc. in there. Kerry Reams had a watermelon that he was one of my champions as far as nutrients, both for our soil and both for and health, human health. And he took a watermelon and left it on his desk for a year, right on the corner of his desk, and it did not rot because it was highly mineralized. And how many have purchased food, even organic food, got it, and go, 3 days later, celery is going, I'm so tired. I forgot that I'm celery, because there's no, they might not have put pesticides and whatever, but what about, again, putting nutrients in the soil? So anyway, nutrients, toxins, and lifestyles have everything to do with influencing at a causative level instead of an effect level, a causation level, our health and wealth, and withdraw the power of, again, this is across the board. Me too. I mean, I'm doing it with me, and I'm inviting you to do it with you. So withdraw the power of some outside force. Come on. How about codependence? How many have ever said that person can take away my joy in 4 seconds? How many have? And how many could prove it after that? You even hear their name, you even intuit their name, and you go, oh, there goes my joy. Codependent. All right. So withdraw the power of some outside force, whatever it is, that could attack us or influenza us. Interesting word. We will forever increase our chances of restoring ease in our lives, selves, emotions, and relationships. How many can feel a rewiring of yourself right now? One. Everyone go, well, I choose to rewire. We can. So when we add the power of prayer, imagination, affirmation, declaration, and decreeing, I believe the word decree is senior over anything else. Decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. So when we give ourselves prayer, pray without ceasing. Prayer, imagination, affirmation, declaration, and decreeing as a means of restoring grace and ease to the healing regimes and approaches that have proven to effectively restore health, ease over the years, will encourage and foster confidence. The patient themselves can and must be involved in their restoration and ease. So what I'm sharing with everybody, every one of the tools I'm sharing with us here, and also in My Word Made Flesh, etc., and all the other stuff that we've got, is all about activating our own inner masterful self. That's not sacrilegious. How many know we have something inside of us that's our anointed self, and we're either annoying or we're anointed? Anyone? Anyone? And how many have found yourself being annoying? How many have? Me too. How many went, oh, time to go to anointed? And of course, what do oils do? They anoint. What does the word Christ means? It means anointed. And again, I'm just playing with the words. You got to make it real for you. I can't tell you what's true. What I can do is inspire you to find what's true in you. That's my outcome. So the decree or the scriptural statements of as we think in our heart, that means feel. So are we. What we put our attention upon, put it on ease, we become. Let the weak say, I am strong. That's the whole totality of the reversal. Decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. I mean, how many have read that? How many have shared it? I did it for years and years. Then I realized, well, sometimes my decrees didn't happen. Anyone? How many had decrees or prayers that didn't happen? Well, it says decree a thing. It means decree it until it happens. And how do we do that? We feel the meaning in each word deeply enough. That's all it takes. Feel the meaning in each word deeply enough. How many know that's bringing ease? A man, a woman who offendeth not in word, the same as a perfect person and able to bridle the whole body. That's a really important thing right now with Rice Arona. I'm going to get it. Offend not in word. I can, I am, I will, I choose, I have, I love, I create, and enjoy. I empower, I bless, I vote victory. God is the only presence of power acting here, et cetera, et cetera. Find things that we live on a constant basis as our fact. And that keeps us above that, whatever activity in the design of any viral stuff, et cetera. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. That's pretty, and so if somebody died, they decreed it. There are other options. I am the resurrection of life, possible. The word becomes flesh. That's important. Yes, it talks about how we got here from the word of God, but how many get these things shall you do and greater things shall you do? Yes. And then, and if you're on this, you're probably already okay with all this stuff. I'm still sharing. There may be other people that could use some love and grace. So our contract, I got this from Victoria yesterday when I read this, she shared later. Our contract is with our creator, not with our physician. And the doctor means educator. So in other words, the doctor is not the one that can tell us yea or nay if we're going to heal. Our creator does. And I bless everyone in the healthcare field, but we've been in disease care. Oh, that's the next line. Let's move from disease management. That's weird, healthcare. Yeah, it's not healthcare if you're not getting to the source. And let's move from there into true healthcare ease. So consciousness is causative in every aspect of our life. What I am aware of, what I put my attention on, what I believe or be alive in to be true. Then we can easily find Mother Nature. See, Mother Nature is out here going, like the way I learned this early on, I was 20-some years old. Somebody was doing new genus plant life stuff. Every time man would come up with a new toxin or chemical, God would grow another herb to take that off the planet. Anyone? How many love in the yin and the yang of life? The nature's going, you guys screw up, we got you fixed. You guys screw up, we got you fixed. I mean, come on. How many love that? That is potentially really true. I mean, if you were God, wouldn't you go, they're going to mess up, we're going to fix it. Force the elements and powers of nature. Elementals. How many get all of this is conspiring for our good? So then we can, again, easily find Mother Nature's restorative power is not healing disease. Because disease means unease. Rather, Mother Nature is helping us restore grace and ease. All right, so what I'm inviting us to, our team here, and all those on Facebook and YouTube, anybody watching currently, this is a big project, kids. This is a really big, I've been at it for 50 years, but that's like that much, So it's going to take, as a kid, I'll do it this way, as a child when I was in Sunday school, like I really, whatever, I wouldn't say I was the best student, and nope, I wasn't. But when I heard 144,000, something happened. When I heard 144,000, it still happens. I went, there's something on 144,000. I mean, it's like I could, well, whatever. I don't want to go into that greater than, I'm not going to use my time for it. Anyone else, when you heard 144,000, went, maybe there's something there? Anyone? So for me, we can have 144,000 people on a Zoom. And we could all do a decree and be aligned and flip the whole pattern. Right now, what's happening is millions of people are watching news. Stupido. Come on, I'm going to get that. But I've noticed there's anyone else going, nah. How many know I'm not going to watch Will Smith smack anybody? I didn't watch, but anyway, it was on 85 Facebook, whatever's, and Chris Rock got rocked. All right. So do you get, all of us right now can go, all right. Even all right, wrong, right, wrong. So I'm listening. How many love the idea? And we got body language telling us where we are. We can listen to our language. I want, I need, I should. No, I choose, I can, I allow, I give myself. By our words we shall be justified, and by our words we shall be condemned. And then decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you. If I knew that, if I decree something until it happens, I decree it so specific it happens, then we can move from disease consciousness, which is unease consciousness, into grace and ease, whatever that means to you. Not my version of it. You have to do your version of it. I mean, many people come up to me, what do you believe? It doesn't matter what I believe. I mean, I'm sharing some, but mostly if it's going to live in you, you have to wake it up in you. I prefer to have people not be concerned about what little Bobette over here believes. Clear? I'm still working on me. The best I can, somebody wrote this, I believe it's true. Somebody said the best any human being can give is 90% truth and 10% falsehood. That's the best. How many go, we have to go inside and find our direct connection. That's ease. So when we had biooptic holography, again, for all of these unfolded over a period of decades for me, and then finally, especially in the writing of my Word Made Flesh, and then even after it was written, I applied it. Hello. It wrote it for me. Hello. I thought I was writing it for everyone else. Nope, for me. Do you get all of this paths of perfection and spiritual laws understood means, and I'm going to give my version of it, it's, as much as I can put in words, because most of it's nonverbal, I'm already loved. Jackie confirmed that with a sneeze. I love it. She goes, what shoes? I agree. That's so cool, honey. It was so, she goes, right, I'm already loved. Yes, that's correct. I mean, I sometimes have birds outside my windows when I get a truth. I have a bird. I mean, it's a tiny little thing, but thank you very much, Mother Nature. So how many get, I'm already loved? Talk to me there. Yes? So imagine now the people, no judgment, the people who have been enmeshed in disease. And I'm not making, if we judge it, we're going to get enmeshed. That's not the point. How many love relieving that, offering, okay, and let's just rename it. Let's call it unease. Now, to me, I'm going, well, I'm going to go to the doctor to find out if I have unease. I really don't need to go to the doctor for that. How many get that? How many? I mean, oh man, I was with a doctor the other day about prostate stuff. And this guy is so funny. Oh my God, he's funny. He's a little younger than I am. I'm a little older, but we look about similar age. He goes, we talked to him about hearing aids. What? We talked, and this is what I'm doing with my daughter, because she, my grandbabies who are teenish, talking like this, and I'm what? And Devin, so I make it a joke. So the minute, even if I hear him, what? I mean, I'm just whatever. So Devin goes, you need to get hearing aids, probably a good idea. So she asked the prostate doctor, because she's my advocate, she goes with me to make sure that I don't screw up. She goes, and do you know about hearing aids? I said, get the big ones, the headphones. All the other ones don't work. And he used a 4-letter word. I'm not going to use that right here, but he goes, we all know you can't hear, to whoever is getting headphones or whatever, because you say what? I mean, come on, that's pretty easy. How many know if somebody can't hear, they go, what? Huh? What? How many know we have some unease that we have been in the past afraid, or how many get the tension of maybe it's a disease, maybe it's an unease requiring ease. I mean, then I can use all the modalities, the ones that work bring ease. Now, ask yourself, well, what are you doing that brings ease? I learned all about natural health and this is bad and this is good, 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 and this is bad. So if I wasn't eating the best of the best, the best, the best, the best, and I ate that wasn't good for me, it was bad. It was unease. Anyone? How many of you have been with toxic people going, oh my God, I'm going to be affected and influenced with toxic people? Come on. How many got your oils out and put it all over? Come on. How many spray them down? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get this all over you. Anyone? Anyone? How many nuke the room after they leave with an ozonator? I have done that. I have done that. But what would happen if we just blessed everyone? And I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel. And do you get now, all right, body language? How many have done doing body language? Talk to me. How many have noticed now that you're becoming more and more aware? How many, Rachel, yes, I mean, is it fun? And then hands on knee, partner, I partner with it for you, I partner with it. How many know that's pretty obvious right there? Hello, there's my knee and there's my hands over it. And right on. How many notice your body's talking to you? Or talking to the person who knows how to read you? How many are a little embarrassed that you touched your face? How many have had embarrassment a little, or sneezed in public, Jackie? Or yawned for 5 hours, Charles? And again, this is the yawning of a new age. That's what I got. So what I'm choosing to bring us to today is, this is a big project, kids. I'm asking help. I mean, I put a year's worth of investment, new book coming out, and some people freaked because of one simple scriptural statement that they said a human being can't give. And I asked them, I said, well, what's the statement? I am the resurrection of life. You just gave it. I'm going to get it. If you can say it, something in us, the little self, I recommend the little self doesn't run around doing that. But I'm going to, these things show, but that's what's true for me. And by the way, where I am now may change in another week, may change. I'm in the game. I'm staying up. But do you get disease? Let's go back to that and then we'll talk. Is a man-made word. It happened, I believe, at the fall from grace, where we look for right and wrong. Eating from the fruit of the tree, the metaphor, eating from the fruit of the tree, the knowledge or thinking of good and evil, right and wrong, and falling from grace. The minute we entered right and wrong, my creator, I'm finding out, has nothing to do with right and wrong at all. It has to do with love. And earth here, everybody here supposedly went through this same thing. We ate to get here as an eternal being of light. We went into the studio of the whatever, and now we're in right and wrong, good, bad, hot, cold, and we have better confused their language, for there is not anything they cannot do. And we were cast around the world without a name, with a confused language. How many know our name is I am? Not it. It feels, I feel. The family, my family. The money, my money. How many of you hope to get closer to God? You can't. God built you. God's in you. Every cell in your body is God. How many, that if I get closer to God, I have to leave me. Do you get, that's like disease, is believing being separate from our creator. So for me, conscious language brings me back to, oh, I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. And when I can finally feel the meaning in each word deeply enough, and then this whole concept, and I show this in body language, and there we have a conscious mind, and thinking, knowing, remembering. Those that took the class just recently on Saturday, we have another biooptic holography boot camp on this Saturday coming up. And I share this little chart, and there's the navel, and above that is the solar plexus for our conscious mind. We're consciously aware. 3 inches below that is another solar plexus for completely unaware subconscious. How many feel things without even knowing you feel them? So the solar plexus, we have awareness of what we're feeling. That lower portion is like going on. This is where we're connected to the universal. I'm not saying the right one. I'm just saying whatever's going on the planet. I mean, how many get that the rice-a-rona thing may have spread by agreement versus anything else? So how many love the idea of going, oh, I rise above it? A man, woman who offendeth not in word, the same as a perfect person and able to bridle the whole body. Hello, I can, I am, I will, I choose, I have, I love, I can enjoy. God is the only presence, power, acting. I love, I will, victory, I see perfection. I walk in grace. Anyone? How many like walking in grace? It was right here. You don't have to do anything. You just walk in grace. And when you are walking, when I'm walking in grace, I'm loving. And I'm serving. How many can immediately start serving? How many can add people to your prayers, blessings? How many can reverse the curse? You see a limitation, you replace it in your imagination with a blessing. If you see somebody with not enough, you bless them with more than enough without maybe doing anything. Yeah, you might help them. You might also send them your agreement of ease and grace. And then I am going to ask you a question in a minute, but I'm building a context, which is big. And I mean, if any of the comments happen on Facebook or YouTube, we can also maybe, Maggie, bring those in. I would really love to be able, somebody has a question or comment. So I believe the rice-a-rona thing that happened a couple of years ago was whoever created it, whatever sinister force created it, God was all going, okay, God's going to bring a miracle of perfection out of it. Now, all of you that are yawning, it's very boring stuff. No, I have learned that you're bringing in oxygen, and the jaw master TMJ, you're dropping conflict between the feeling world as a verbal and the thinking world. How many going, no, I better speed up? Doesn't look like it, does it? When somebody's yawning, how many used to think, oh, are you tired? Are you okay? Think about that. Even now, how many right now are going, just don't yawn. He's going to, don't yawn. No, but it's not wrong. How many know the whole planet? Like rice-a-rona got us to the point where how many went, oh my God, something's going to attack me. How many get that? How many thought maybe, what if, oh my God, face mask, all the oils on the planet, everything. Don't look at them. Don't look at people. I mean, we had all my, still are now because it's easier, but for my kids, they live 1 mile away. All of the things that we order, for me, that's a lot because I'm way out in the mountains. They're all delivered on a table underneath my woodshed. That's because they might have had cooties. And then we found out, well, it's not really cooties. It's going to be airborne. Do you get it? It's shared by spittle or little droplets. Is it? Or is it? And I don't want to go against it. That's not the point. Rise above it. Bless it. Rise above it. Bless it. If I am loving, like, what's her name? I just had it. Mother Teresa. So Mother Teresa would go with lepers. Their whole team would. And they, how is it? Well, we're just helping, we're serving, we're blessing. How are they going to catch it when they're a radiant stream of life? They were not afraid of it. So why do I use essential oils? Because it raises my consciousness. Anyone else? And let's make it as pure as possible so it does the greatest good. Yes, let's do that. So now, again, what's your take? Like, what's your shift? Because this is a big deal. And this is everyone here, my whole team, everybody. What's your shift now that I've shared this with you? You may have been aware of it. Some of it maybe knew, whatever. What's your shift? Mic yourself first and then wave. All right, who's second? Remember, go ahead. Come on. Cynthia, are you going for it? I saw her move. Go ahead.
Yes. So when you first started out and you talked about what we put our attention upon and you were reading about the dis-ease and that type stuff, I remember years ago going through nursing school training, and as we read the books, we all thought we had everything we were reading about because that's what we were putting our attention on. We're like, oh no, I have this. Oh no, I have this. Oh no, and that's exactly what you're talking about. None of us even considered 40, 50 years ago, way back when, that we could rise above any of it, all of it, that it's not necessarily real. So thank you for what you wrote.
We'll share with you, right when Rice Arona came in 2020, I did so it's still available. I did a thing of how do you stay, I'm going to say clean. And is when somebody has cold flu, you bless them. You don't contract. If you contract, you already sucked it in. You bless them. You vote their victory, replace it. And I mean, I have to manage that for myself. I have to really go, oh, no, bless. Thank you. Who else? Jump in, kids. What does this mean for you or your family or your career or walking down the street? Hold on 1 second. Little help here. Yes, please. Yes. And again, hopefully it means something, kids. I mean, why am I asking? Because once I go, oh, I'm starting to change, it's important, I find, to state my change. How many have been terrified to say it wrong? Look how fast the hands went up. So go say it wrong and then fix it. Who's next? Charles.
I choose to be at ease. And internally, though I've heard this a few times, it's going at a much deeper level. And I feel it with the yawning. And then there's liquid that comes out of my nose. And then my eyes start watering. And it's just, there's change going on just listening to the words once again.
And where's this change going on?
Within me.
Cool. And how many know that if you need to, you can do this?
Yeah.
But that's ICANS returning. Trapped plasma protein, when we start to rise up, that ICANS, the Qatar, not guitar, the Qatar, which is a polysaccharide mucoprotein buildup, and our sinuses are bells for creativity. So when our sinuses, I can't create, that's when we get mucus in our sinuses. So as we start moving upscale, the ICANS turn into liquid and pour out of our body. Thank you, Charles. Anyone else? Go ahead, Cynthia.
In the chat from Facebook, from Candace Weaver, my shift is I set my phone alarm every 4 waking hours to speak my affirmations. Plus speaking in between the 4 hours is my even better.
Way cool. Thank you, Candace. How many can weave that into your tapestry? Candace Weaver. Francine's going in. Are you going in? Are you going? No, she's just going, I'm doing something. No, I'm going to change. I'm just seeing a new perspective. That's awesome. That's really cool. Anyone else? And go ahead, Jackie.
I'm not sure how to express in words what I'm feeling, but what you said, it just resonates in my gut really strong because I I'm just in so agreement with hearing someone, saying things in a way that I believe and have wondered about for years. So I really thank you for that because it really connects.
Awesome, dear. And by the way, she's our sneeze queen on this particular Zoom. That was so you right, boom, whatever was going on. She choose. It was so cool. That's confirmation of yes. Just to let you know. Thank you, Jackie. And me too. I know it's deep stuff. I mean, it is for me. I mean, that's when I'm reading this. I read it to my team yesterday, and then I kept editing it because some things were whatever. I mean, I'm going, gosh. All right, we got My Word Made Flesh. We got a new version of it now. And in the new version is designed to reach everybody in any platform of consciousness. And I many times in my experience, I'd be on the phone. This is before cell phones, etc. Somebody would have a health challenge going on, and I say, well, do you have any herbs or teas or anything? And they might say no. Do you have any spices? And they say, yes, I could work with basil. I could work with, I could find something that could make a difference in changing their frequency, bringing ease. How many get that? Way back then, I did not know what I am aware of now. I just knew if somebody's low in faith, feed them herbs. And so I thought herbs heal. And I found out that's not really true. If somebody's low in faith, feed them herbs. That restores faith. Scripture, when I finally got this, still is faith. Scripture says faith without works. That means faith, you've got it without action, is death. So how many get, and that's why I ask you all to, step up, share when you can, all that kind of stuff, is if I've got a truth in me and the world is asking me to share and I don't, I'm not doing that way. I'm just saying, forgive yourself and do it anyway. Victoria.
I heard you say today, quantum fix it instead of quantum physics. And I've been playing quantum physics. I have been watching my eyes really carefully over the last couple of days. I've had some family opportunities for wonderful growth and transformation come into my life. And the first couple of days I looked at my eyes and I looked like I had been sucker punched. The sclera of my eyes were so red, and Spirit kept saying, what are you making up about this? What is true? I am that I am. I am God in action. I am love. I ignite love everywhere I go. And I've noticed my eyes are bright and white. And my calm, I worked with my 5-year-old grandson last night, and he was crying about his brother. And I said, Angel, you've got a magic eye inside of you that can see ahead the truth. And I took this wiggly eye out and put it on my face. And I said, see my magic eye? And I said, you have one. Now let's go next week. What does your magic eye tell you about your brother? Well, he's home and he's playing his guitar and we're happy. I said, right on. Let's use our magic eyes and our hearts to bring him home. And I say yes, and he says yes. And we're shifting our wiggly eye. Don't have any glue on this one. So it's what I see, what I am. I am love, and I am peace and ease, and I quantumly fixed it.
Love that. I wrote it down. Quantum fix it. I'm going to get it. I have a quantum fix it shift. Shift happens. First time I ever read that, I didn't quite catch it. And then it was like, oh, shift happens. Okay. Anyway, anyone else? Thank you. And by the way, our little babies, we can help them. I mean, now there's been a week, he's home. I mean, love the idea. And we have little babies in us. I mean, that's, be as a child. Anyway, who else? We have 11 minutes. Go ahead, Jenny.
So I love all of this so much. I've noticed as I've been sitting here, as I'm holding my left thumb with my right hand, and I've just been absorbing everything, I've been kind of like rubbing it. And
Show me which fingers are holding. Wait a minute. Show it. Your left thumb. Which fingers? I got it. Okay, got it. Okay. I can help you.
And I've been holding it kind of in my lap, and as I'm listening, I just became aware that I was doing that, and I wrote it down so I could go back to the book later. But
well, I'll help you. So
I've got you here.
Me and yeah, right. The book's here. The living book. All right. So me too. When I'd go. Especially way back, but even now I'll be doing something going, oh, that's going to take a little bit of time, right? Finger, da, 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 da. So when one hand holds the other, the left thumb is receiving will, creativity, will. Right hand coming in with will and index, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of like wrapped around it like
that.
Yeah,
got it. So you're directing yourself with your will to receive willingly what?
I'm not sure.
Here's what your body just said. Left shoulder, especially up and down, to restore my blessings. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, the minute somebody says, I'm not sure, you have to get one of these phones. You have to go, they'll help here because it's a hotline to heaven. That's my story. So now, see the rock back? How many see that? How many saw the rock back? Not wrong, honey. I'm voting your victory. Everybody vote her victory, cover her. But even now, the little kind of winky on the eye is like, so have you been holding back from receiving your blessings?
Yes.
Because?
Well, you got it last.
She just told me. How many heard that? It's called the codependent sign. And have you had your happiness bound into some codependent pattern? Excuse me.
Yes.
So now say, I empower my world.
I empower my world.
To empower me.
To empower me.
And I empower myself through my world.
And I empower myself through my world.
And so here's what he said. I empower myself through my world. A little bit. I empower my, he'll know. I empower. So I give myself permission.
I give myself permission.
To what?
To empower myself through my world.
Through my, how many get it? So how do you feel now that you're fully empowered?
I feel free.
Yeah. Free of or free to?
Free to.
Good. So, but head still said no. So I give myself permission to be free to do what?
I give myself permission to be free to express my truth.
Head said no again. Not wrong. So now with permission and Border Victory kids, you cover her. Yes, like through the veil now. Now this next week, that kind of stuff. And what are you feeling right now?
Grateful, incredibly grateful.
Good. So now I say yes to me.
I say yes to me.
On a scale of 1 to 100, how strong was that?
50.
3. Which one of us is being accurate? Is that 50% of your full capability?
No.
No. Was it 3%?
Yes.
And 3% might have been a -3 and it might be 100% increase, but we stay in the game. You feel the meaning in each word. So I say yes to all of me. Try that.
I say yes to all of me.
Say it again.
I say yes to all of me.
Notice a little bit more power now. Yes, say it again.
I say yes to all of me.
Now, can you hear her throat getting a little gravelly? That means she's making choice. She's moving stuff. Say it again. And notice the head, with permission, forgive me, honey. She's got her bed. As soon as she said it, she started rocking yes. Keep going.
I say yes to all of me.
Say it again.
I say yes to all of me.
Now what's happening in feeling?
I feel motivated.
Good. Say it again.
I feel motivated.
It's also emotional, yes or no?
Yes.
And are you running from your emotion?
My heart is beating really fast.
I know, but here's my question. Good job. When you got emotion, when it started coming up, did you touch and run or touch and stay? Not what you want to be true, just what happened?
I'm not sure.
Hold on, one more moment. So you got to get one of these. All right, a little help here, a little help. Go ahead. So how about I choose to know?
I choose to know.
Now, what you heard is I am not sure. I am is her pattern she's upgrading. It's not just a comment. So just say, I am that I am sure.
I am that I am sure.
And your heart going rapid, your heart's starting to be heard. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now say, my heart knows.
My heart knows.
So is it time to play 125%?
Yes, it is.
And what would you have to give up?
Fear of being seen.
Yes, everyone. Do you get it's almost terrifying? Cancel clear. Our little self, our great self, our pure self, I'll put it that way, our pure self. How many have been hiding our pure self because it's so crazy out here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he or she who seek to hide, save their life, lose it. So is it time to shine no matter what?
Yes, it is.
So say, I move from shy to shine.
I move from shy to shine.
And I move from fear to fierce.
I move from fear to fierce.
I shine fiercely.
I shine fiercely.
And headset a little bit. No, say it again. I shine fiercely.
I shine fiercely.
Good job. Say it again.
I shine fiercely.
Now, are you running a little?
Yes.
Just say it's okay.
It's okay.
You know, I love myself. And how far did you run?
Far?
How far?
All the way back.
Oh, I love it. To back where?
When I decided it wasn't okay to shine.
All right. So now do you get, I love myself when I even run all the way back to where this started. How many love? Once you don't make it wrong, do you run? How many have a child, a 3-year-old? Honey, it's okay. You pick them up. We have to do that for us. So I say, yo, running self.
Yo, running self.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I touch and I stay.
I touch and I stay.
I love.
I love.
I breathe.
I breathe.
I feel.
I feel.
So then you go back and just do it again. I touch and I stay. I shine. I shine fiercely.
I touch and I stay. I shine fiercely.
Say it again. I shine fiercely.
I shine fiercely.
Say it again.
I shine fiercely.
And again, that's the only way. Our greatest weakness is waiting for our greatest strength, not just an improvement. Yes. So how many of us are the shy ones? How many have been when this is my path in life? So the real shy people that come in, the little male or female, when they get through that veil, I cannot shut them up. They're so strong, and they were hiding in that little shell. And when they step through the veil, how many are going, who's that? What is that? We've been with you for 48 days or 19 years. And when they step through the veil, when they rend that veil of the illusion, hello, the whole world changes. That's you, Jenny. Love it, honey. Just say, I touch and I stay.
I touch and I stay.
Good job, dear. Thank you. Thank you. And
Thank
voter
you.
victory, kids. Yes. And I'm not saying vote sending over to Jenny. I'm saying what happens in you now that you play fully. That's the fastest way to let Jenny know that you've got Jenny is you play your version of it. Or 2 minutes. Any other comments? I love our team. I love doing this with y'all. Going once. Going twice. Going 2.5. 2.73147. All right, so join us Saturday. We just did SBLT, Sacred Body Language Translation, 4 hours. It's boot camp. It's getting to it. And we did that. And it was good. It was also a lot of examples. I'll put it that way. This Saturday is bioopticalography, which is all going to be charts and real photos of the eye. So I recommend every one of the recesses you'll be in the bathroom, or you get a self-viewing mirror out or a magnifying self-viewing mirror with a light and see what you got. Even if you don't have a picture, you can look in your eye going, oh, and I will show you what I call archetypes. I will show you that if there's like orange in there, that's confusion. No, that's somebody who, when they shine through, just like Jenny, when they shine through, they're going to be brilliant. Because orange is confusion. How many get, wow. And I can show you all these different reversals, and it's 4 hours. So how many like the idea of when you're with someone, know exactly, because you can see some of their eye. You don't have to be too weird like me. I mean, when I was at the grocery store back when I learned iridology, is so funny. So I go up and checking out at 21 years old, checking out the grocery store, and some other female teller 4 aisles away says, "Don't let him look in your eyes. He's going to tell you about your bowel." And I would, because that's how I knew to read it back then. I mean, seriously, how often do your bowels work a day? Forgive me. I mean, when I would shop in the same grocery store and I would go away and learn about body electronics with Dr. John Ray or whatever, I frequently got home coming back from Manitowish Waters like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I had to come in because I was gone for a week. I had to come in with my shopping to get food. And my spiritual community at that point, people we did stuff with, the husband and wife team were at the end of an aisle. And so I come around the corner, hey. So I'm going, I kind of hurry up and get my stuff and go to the end. Right around the corner, I had just gotten back from this class. Right around the corner is their basket. They're not there. I'm looking all around. So I went and stood by the bathrooms thinking they both had to go to the bathroom. I stood there for 5 minutes. They're not there. I came back, stood by their basket. They're not there. I saw them later, like a week later. "Where did you go? We knew you just got back from a seminar and you're going to have us drink something or do a colonic, or you're going to make us do something. So we left. We figure we're going to let you assimilate a little bit longer before you make us do stuff." So how many of you have had people run from you? Come on. How many have friends who think you are so weird, except when they have something up that's outside their box, they come to you. "Yo, weirdo. Do you have an answer for?" Yes. Anyway. So if you, I mean, is that helps? Yes or no? It's like, yeah, I'm not that weird. I mean, how am I like being outside the box? Anyone? And being like Jenny and shining fiercely. You can't play small. The universe is not going to let us be less than who we are. We have to talk ourselves out of our creator on a daily, moment to moment. I can't, I want, I don't know. They want to say, I have to. Imagine where grace comes in and ease comes in is when we're finally shining who we are and serving love. Cool. And yawning with enthusiasm, huh, Claudia? Or chewing our spiritual life. That's kind of what that one looked like. Claudia was a little bit of chewing of the air going in, the inspiration going in. Join us Saturday. We're on again on Thursday. If you love this stuff, comment periodically, would you? Especially Facebook people, etc. Thank you, Candace, by the way, for giving us your every 4 hours and then filling it up in between there. So, all right, all y'all. And again, vote victory, seek perfection, and shine fiercely.